Are you wanting to learn how to do bow pose but have no idea how to get into it or how to do it correctly or safely? By the end of this video, you'll have my exact method that I teach my online and in-person yoga teacher trainees, exactly how to get into this yoga pose and how to modify it for your body as needed. If you are wanting to learn how to do more yoga or incorporate more spiritual practices into your life, make sure to subscribe and hit the little bell so you're notified of each new video I post during the week. Start on your belly and come into Sphinx pose. So onto the forearms, draw the chest forward and the shoulders back and reach through the back of the crown of the head. Have the forearms parallel to the long sides of the mat. And breathe here. This is a great way to just gently stretch the back and open up the chest and the shoulders. All right, now let's do another prep pose. So lower down to the belly, interlace the fingers behind the back if possible. If that's not possible, you could grab onto a shirt or a tie or a belt. On your inhale, lift the chest up. On the exhale, tuck the chin slightly and see if you can lift the feet as well. You can breathe here, and if possible, reach the arms up towards the sky, bringing them off of your back. Turn the heels out slightly to broaden the sacrum. Hi, buddy. Breathe here. And then slowly lower down. Rest on your forehead or turn your head to one side, resting on one cheek. Now from here, come back up onto the forearms, bend your right leg and turn your left forearm in for some stability. Either hold on to the toes or the ankle. If you can hold on to the ankle, flex the foot. Now from here, have the knees parallel. They don't need to be touching, but just have them parallel. And start to lengthen the tailbone. So kind of tuck your tailbone slightly, bringing the pelvis into neutral, and reach your right knee back. Now here I want you to feel a stretch in your quads, so the front of your leg, and you're also warming up the hip flexor. If you don't feel sensation, then you can go further and bring your forehead down to the forearm. But if that hurts, please back out of it. It's not about feeling pain, it's about feeling a stretch and sensation. And then switch. Now, of course, feel free to hold these poses longer, and then you'll be able to get into the pose more deeply, into bow pose. Breathe here. Go to where you feel sensation. But since this is just a tutorial, we're just going over a couple of the prep poses. This would be ideal to do after you've already done maybe a 15-20 minute, hour-long yoga practice. All right, so now you can come back to your Sphinx pose and watch me. So what we'll do is bend both of the knees, reach back, grab the toes or the ankles. Now, if this isn't possible, you might want somebody to help you, but what you could do is put that tie or whatever you have around the ankles, hold on to it here, or a yoga strap, of course, and then you'd pull the feet back and lift the chest. Okay, you might be able to kind of lasso it around yourself. Otherwise, grab onto what you can, bring the knees back so that they're parallel, lengthen the tailbone, so tuck the tailbone a little bit to bring it into neutral, which will lengthen the low back. And then on your next inhale, start to pull the feet back. That's what lifts the chest. So you're not just using brute force to lift the chest. Pull the feet back. Keep the feet active, so pushing into the heels and the balls of the feet. Draw the shoulders back and reach through the back of the crown of the head. And breathe here. You might rock and roll a little bit with your breath. And then carefully release. It's kind of like a slingshot, so don't just let go of your feet. And then your head might hit the ground. So breathe here. So we'll do that one more time. So if it's not possible to grab both, then just feel free to do one leg at a time. And instead of just bringing your forehead down like we did before for the quad stretch, you can bring your hand out in front and push to open up the chest and open up the upper back. So that would be a fine modification. You can do that on both sides. Okay, otherwise, let's grab both feet or ankles again. Inhale and exhale. And then on your inhale, pull the feet back to lift the heart. and then carefully release. Rest on your other cheek or forehead to the top hand. You can stack your hands here. Breathe. Okay, so that is bow pose. So now I want to go over a little bit more of the alignment. The main things that you want to focus on in this pose is that you don't feel any compression in the low back. So that's why I try to have you lengthen the tailbone down. So navel to spine, lengthen the tailbone, that lengthens the low back as well. The other thing you want to make sure is that the feet are pointing straight back. So you don't want them turning in, you don't want them turning out. Okay, so you really want them pointing straight back, feet are active. Grab onto what you can and again lift. So you're only lifting as far as it feels good for you. You might not lift super high up and that's okay. And then again, you're carefully releasing. All right, so the main thing with this pose is listen to your body. Don't push past any signals that your body's trying to tell you and just enjoy the practice, enjoy the progress, enjoy the journey because it's so much about the journey and not the destination. Ready to learn more yoga poses? Watch my entire playlist of pose tutorials. The link is in the description. If you want more support around yoga and bringing more yoga into your life, as well as other spiritual practices, make sure that you check out my private and free Facebook community. The link is also in the description. If this video was helpful, make sure that you let me know by liking it, subscribing, and sharing with other fellow yogis. And let me know in the comments what pose you want to see me break down next. Have a great day. Namaste.